All right, mic check. Excuse me. How are we doing this evening, folks? How are we doing this wonderful day, evening, wherever you may be? We'll get started here in just a moment. All right. I think my audio is good to go. A-team, how you doing this evening, sis? Good to see you. Girl from Texas? Miss 87, how are you? Messy, how are you, sis? I'm doing all right. Doing all right, everybody. All right. Where do we start? We started with going to YouTube jail. I went to YouTube jail because I was exploring a political candidate. And in the content I was reacting to on that fateful night, there were some opinions of vaccinations and whatnot that are not popular with the CDC. I wasn't aware that would get me in trouble. And, well, here we are. The thing that pissed me off about the entire situation is the fact that video is still up on YouTube and can be consumed by anybody at any point in time. But because I reacted to it during the political climate at the time, my channel was struck down. So I played into it. I did my bid in YouTube jail. I said, let me play into this a little bit. And I started my C.I.P series. First episode being coddle. The second episode being ignorance. And the third, we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about privilege. Talk about how absolutely ridiculous society is. I don't have any real reacts this evening. We're just going to sit here. We're going to chop it up, the chat, me and the chat here. And I'm going to, kind of reflect back on the subject matter that I discussed in the 3 other episodes. Because this is the final episode of the series, of course, right? C.I.P, coddle, ignorance, and privilege. So before we get started, I always throw a nice little intro together of a nice little montage, plus my own intro. And y'all get to see the jail special intro. So you're going to have like 11 minutes of intro going on today. And it's all for good reason. But before we go in that direction, so Messy asking when. Yes, sis. So I went to YouTube jail back in June, July. And then I was in jail for a week. And during that week, I was like, I'm going to go on a revenge tour. So, yeah, they put me in for a week and had me go to the YouTube class. Then they gave me a warning for something else, for bullying or something. They said I was bullying because of some comment I left. I don't know. I'm a horrible content creator. I'm just a horrible person all around, y'all. Almond Eyes, how you doing? Pooh Man, salute, bro. Good to see you this evening. Janesta, how are you, sis? Want to get all the intros out the way. And of course, 18 and a girl from Texas, Miss 87. All right, y'all. Let's get this started. I'm gonna start off with jail, my intro, and then we're gonna go into a little narration. Let's have fun. We all know that social media is watching our every move. The algorithm is tracing everything that we do and feeding us what it wants. Well, they got me.
I could break these cuffs.
You can't break those cuffs. We appreciate your cooperation, Al.
And on the other side, you know, many don't get to see what YouTube jail looks like, but these are the accommodations. And, you know, I wasn't going out like that. I had to appeal, so I filed it.
With such a...
Give us free!
Man, anybody who's been in YouTube jail knows they ain't listening. So the best thing for anybody to do that gets caught up is to get acclimated. And that's what I did. But on the outside, y'all held me down. You know what I'm saying? My supporters, my subscribers, y'all were there for me. Like Lando Bando was writing letters, and Miss Queen Sunkiss was out there writing letters. Y'all had a whole campaign going. Bronze Bird was helping me out. Twins, shout out. But it just wasn't enough. When I got out, the walls were closing in on me. I was getting these headaches, and I had turned Asian. So I had to clean up my act. I had to hit up an old friend, Helen Mirren, and she got me back on my game. Taught me to stretch it out, get my workout right. I turned around and got me a Pilates instructor because I liked her Pilates.
Yeah, boy.
But it wasn't enough. The world had lost all meaning and color. And slowly, I felt the anger stirring like a storm. YouTube done fucked up now. See, I was gonna go out peaceful this year.
Okay.
A new viral video showing an accused shoplifter shocked to learn that she may face a felony charge for theft.
That's a felony? New laws. Stealing is a felony. And this is Orange County. They don't play.
How come they always out here all outraged when it's time to put some rules into place instead of being out there when you out here stealing and taking stuff from other people and you just be like, they gotta feed their families until they come to your damn house and then all of a sudden it's a problem. Then you want the defunded police to come and help y'all's asses. Isn't it interesting how that works? Am I the only one? You're going to hear that a lot. We're going into 2025 with a maybe it's just me mentality with these coloreds that really at the end of the day don't give a damn about you other coloreds. And what they want is to continue to get their bag by making sure that you coloreds stay where you at. And you are willfully doing it.
Hello, monkeys. Dance for us, monkey.
Lousy, no good saying, monkey! Round and round the monkey goes.
I need no other gestures as long as you keep your word to me, monkey.
This is America. Look what I'm whipping up.
There's nothing you can buy in a shopping mall that you will give a fuck about in 10 years. Nothing. There's nothing for you there. Fast forward, do something for you in 5 years' time. Don't buy the thing. You don't need it.
Dude, the crazy shit is the kids that make, like, let's say 100 G's in e-com. Good, you found your first winner. And they go and blow that money. Like, dude, that's not your money. Like, that money's literally right there so that you can literally get a 1-bedroom apartment, pay $600, and have money for the next 4 years secure so you can build dope shit. What you're buying is peace of mind. And these motherfuckers, literally instantly, as soon as they get peace of mind, they blow it.
Look at this stuff. This is history here. You are history. This is garbage. I can say I bled for garbage. So this is meaningless. No, at one time it meant a lot. When you're just a young kid, this is everything to you. But then you realize your priorities change. And you just want your children to be happy and do nice things. And that makes you happy. This is nothing.
Shocking. Modern woman learns that they glorify trash men, bad men, bad boys and abusive men. They were the ones that romanticized and fantasized some of the darkest elements about men.
I like the pain.
Turned them into dating qualities, then turned around and blamed all men. And now that a lot of men have seen that a lot of women choose those men, a lot of men just follow suit.
Sensational.
Capitalism is bad. I don't like it.
Yeah, really easy for someone to say that grew up in a really nice house in one of the best school districts in Texas.
I know, but it's
who has the rent paid for, that is able to go to Europe and on a whim with their sister, who's able to do girl math, who's able to be fun employed. Yeah, it's easy to say that the system's bad when you're doing that because you've never had to work for it. You never got to actually see what happens when you put in the work and get benefits and actually have a little bit of responsibility and actually build something or do anything. You've grew up in privilege beyond privilege beyond privilege beyond privilege. It's only the people who speak like you that grew up in a world where you've never had to do a single thing in your life. So I don't want to hear about that. What a joke.
I'm sorry. I just wish everybody had like...
I wish a lot of things. Wishing doesn't get people places.
I'm not returning my shopping cart. And you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart. So if you're gonna give me a dirty look, fuck off.
What makes people stupid, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna tell it like it is their certainty that they have all the answers.
I remember being on Wall Street and hearing stories about there were folks that would use this interview technique. They'd bring in an Australian guy, for instance. He wouldn't know what Harvard was, and he wouldn't know what Yale is. And it would break people because what it said was, without status, who are you? And dude, when you pull status away from people, some scary shit can happen because there might not be anything underneath.
I'm not interested in going at the intellectual speed of people who can't tell the difference between a man and a woman. It's like, I'm not interested in going at the speed of people who don't believe in gravity, not interested in going at the speed of people who come up with these weird conspiracy theories and much more. I'm just not interested in going at that speed. It's going at the speed of the slowest kids in the class. And I'm bored by them. I want them out of the way. I want to spend no more of my life thinking about them. If you want to worship the great bearded drag queen, giver of life, weird green god, like, okay, you to your gods, me to mine.
When I started this journey, I started with an idiom: the emperor has no clothes. The story "The Emperor Has No Clothes" describes a situation where people are afraid to criticize something or someone because the masses believe that thing or person to be good or important. The illusion is shattered when a child innocently points out that the emperor is naked. much like we coddle individuals in society today, much like we kick the can down the road in our own families, in our own neighborhoods, with our colleagues, in our workplaces, and only very few of us are willing to be the ones to shatter these illusions and speak up and point out the abject ignorance of the situation. Because, as in episode 2, Ignorance, I hit on the point that there is a cult of ignorance in the United States, and there always has been. It is a strain of anti-intellectualism that is a constant thread winding its way through our political and cultural life. Let me say that again. It is a strain of anti-intellectualism that has been a constant thread winding its way through our political and cultural lives. Nurtured by the false notion that democracy means that my ignorance, that me being stupid and short-sighted, is just as good as someone who has the experience, knowledge, and wisdom. Shout out to Messy Michon. I'm gonna tell you. You not gonna tell me, right? We know these people. Thank you to Brother Isaac Asimov. 1980 quote from him. And here we are. Phronesis. The Greek word referring to practical wisdom, or the ability to make good judgments about what to do in a situation. Practical wisdom, or the ability to make good judgments. It's a combination of good judgment, character, and habits. And it's often described as a type of intelligence that's applied to everyday life. But as we discussed in the last episode, a lot of people just aren't running around with intelligence. They're stupid. And based on the 80-20 rule, we know that 80% of these motherfuckers running around here are dumb as shit. No practical wisdom. They completely lack the ability to judge what is at stake in any given situation. From the birth of another human being to the crimes that y'all commit. Shout out Massey again. Not y'all, but y'all. You know who I'm talking to. If it don't apply, let it fly. These people don't know how to find or seek the right answers for the common good of their, starting at the most basic levels, their families, their loved ones. Much less the societies they live in, the jobs they work in, their social interactions. And any discernment or creativity to come up with the right answers and to think through situations is completely circumvented because these people are too stupid to even think on a high enough level to apply logic to a situation. And again, create an outcome for the common good. Absolute ignorance. All of this in the best nation in the world. I dare you in the chat to say America's not the best nation in the motherfucking world. Or So I've been taught my whole life. Does that make it true? I guess it all depends on where you're standing. So I'm going to tell you one thing. Over here, I'm way more privileged than you motherfuckers. Way more. We punching down tonight. Sakafet. Sakafet, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. So glad to see y'all here. Salutations and salute to all my beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you very much for being patient through that introduction. I want to shout out everybody that's here tonight. Again, Messy, Janesta, Cree, 87, Pooh Man. Who else we got out here? Almond Eyes, Little Sis. I'm so happy to see y'all with me this evening. H&M. Saw you sneak in, brother. Salute. What else we got? Who else we got? All right. If I have missed you, hey, together. Did you just sneak in? All right. Everybody in here should be modded up. Cree, I think I got you taken care. Did I get you taken care of? Let me double check here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Everybody, you should be modded up. Y'all are my day ones. Please, by all means, hit that exclamation point invasion. Drop your channels or just drop your channels. You have the ability to do so. I need y'all to network. I need y'all to work together and build one another up. That's what we are here to do first and foremost. Josh, was good, brother. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Glad you're here with us tonight. All right, y'all. This is where it all started, right? It all started with the coddle episode. Sick and tired of people coddling society. Everything from the alphabet agenda to this, no offense, but we know the direction that the pendulum has swung. Believe all women. As a victim of #MeToo-esque actions in a workplace, it's a bunch of bullshit. In my case, though, I worked with HR from behind the scenes. So don't worry about me. I got my situation handled. To the ignorance of society. Absolute misinterpretation based on how your personal beliefs have led you down these people, not y'all, down these ignorant paths. And I try, the whole thing is, I try to be nuanced about it, but in the end, talking about these issues, talking about the fact that people don't address what goes on in their families, these taboo things, I end up trampling on people's feelings. It is what it is. Because if your feelings are hurt by it, there must be something that is triggering that sting. There must be. So if you think I'm punching down tonight when I talk my shit, so be it. So be it. My best guess is at that point, you shouldn't be a piece of shit. So, like I said in my prelude, we always make considerations for the individual condition. All right. We ain't messing with the handicaps. We ain't messing with the infirms and the elderlies out here. The rest of y'all, man, the fuck is going on? Let's see. You know what? FDNHT, we got pretty much the whole squad in here. Like, it looks like everybody came over. Shout out to y'all for sure. You got I Love Curly Hair, FDNHT himself. Tier's over here with us. Chrissy's over here with us. I'm glad to see y'all. Really am glad to see y'all this evening. So yeah, I'm more privileged than y'all, and I live in the first world. I like this. I like this. I'm privileged as fuck. Over Thanksgiving, I went home to Dad's. Oh no, back up. Thanksgiving and Christmas, most recent holiday, Christmas. Went to visit my father, and my father's working on downsizing. So there was a phase where the parents split up and divorced. Dad's life carried on, mom's life carried on, but Dad's life, being the foreigner, the tether that he is, he's very practical. So his life is frozen in time. So I'm basically, every time I go to visit my father, I'm seeing life as it was when I was a teenager, and from where I came, and lessons I was taught. And I was not a child of affluence. My father was, again, from a third world country, and he lived that third world country experience here in America. Believe that. Shout out to my tether brothers and sisters. Y'all know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. The elders do what the elders do. And looking at the fact that so many people view the phrase pulling yourself up by your bootstraps as some kind of insult, when in fact I can say I beasted that shit. Not only am I the son of my mother and father and the improvement on what they left behind, the legacy that they created, but I beasted that shit. I broke the fucking trauma bonds. I broke the financial bonds and the weird ignorance that follows families around generation after generation, these things called curses, because people are too fucking lazy and privileged and living off of the goddamn system to step outside of their fucking conditions to learn something. It feels so fucking good to be this privileged. It feels so fucking good. You dumb motherfuckers could be like this. Nah, you know what? I don't want you like me. I like you where you're at. I like you where you're at, beneath me. Because all you've been are stepping stones. I beasted this shit. Every opportunity presented to me. Oh, well, your daddy bought you a computer. Motherfucker, you've had a computer in your goddamn hand for the past 10 motherfucking years. More powerful than anything to send up a motherfucking space shuttle. And you ain't done shit. Privilege, right? It's your privilege. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Pursuit of happiness. You out here trying to pursue it. Gassing yourself up. Not doing a goddamn thing but milking the system. Everything served to you. Yo. Okay, let me pause for a moment. Your boy's in here cooking. I got tunnel vision like a motherfucker. Let me chill for a moment, y'all. Let me chill for a moment. We still on the coddle and we still on the ignorance bit. All right. Y'all out here just having a good time. Talk your shit. Yeah, it's that night. I said before, I popped up over on the FDNHT's podcast, and it's like, all right, so are you gonna be doing story time or playing games or something? Like, nah, tonight's Angry Culture Night, y'all. Tonight's Angry Culture Night. And I'm going to pause for just a moment right there. And I want to thank you, Messi, for the Cash App.
More money, more dollar bill. More money, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill.
Thank you, sis. I really appreciate you. So, yeah, y'all. Let's see. We're taking that into 2025. Hell yeah, Tukin. Hell yeah. Killer, what's up good, cuzzo? How you doing? I see you out there. Calm down, cuzzo. Ain't no time to be angry. Yeah, you know what? I got to close out this, cuz. I got to close out 2025 on this. It's the third part of the series. But you're right. I got a lot. I got a wish fulfilled this year. Maybe we'll talk about that in the future, but I got a wish fulfilled this year, and I'm smiling from ear to ear for a reason. So there's a whole lot to be grateful and happy for in 2025. The vibes are going to be on a whole nother level. So that's then. Right now, we're not doing that. But shout out to y'all, man. Thank you so much for stopping through. Sloppy Seconds, what's good, bro? Got the popcorn out. Snacks all around, y'all. Snacks all around. Y'all are driving me nuts with this. Y'all crazy. Let me do this again. Let's go.
More money, more dollar bill. More money, yeah, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill.
Josh, my brother, troll bro, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. You already know, killer. It's going down. It's going down. I gotta get this shit off my chest. Plus I'm really, disappointed in a lot of things recently. We already know how the election came out. I've already expressed that. And I've also got my tee-hee-hee on watching AOC flip the script and Bernie come out of the woodwork, but I still don't think Bernie said enough. His old ass should be burning it down, so to speak, before he goes on to the politicians, sky heaven. But yeah, he needs to be doing something more for sure. Full drinking, bro. FDNHT. One love. You all are out here spoiling a brother this evening. I love it. I appreciate y'all.
More money, more dollar bill. More money, yeah, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill.
Y'all can just say if you just want to hear the animation over again. I can just do the drop and y'all can get your dance on. Y'all killing me out here. Man, now we got 8-7. I love y'all. I swear to God.
More money, more dollar bill. More money, yeah, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill.
Lord of mercy. I love y'all. One love, for real. It's been an absolutely stellar year. I mean, it just really has. Let's get back into the subject at hand. Y'all are distracting. I try to see. This is just like last time. I was trying to lecture. I was trying to have class. Y'all are making jokes about dude's granola voice. How we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this as a community, y'all? Damn it, Messi. How do you do this? All right, let's get this back up here. All right, but look, why is it that those of us who use higher levels of intelligence understand how to take advantage of these things, move forward, propel ourselves, and we don't look back like we were owed something? Where does that frame of mind come from? Where does that frame of mind even come from? We understand, with HOMAD, that these levels of thinking, some people never reach them. Some people just reside in a level for a little bit, and then they just fall right back to fire, water, food, fuck. But we have all these resources to our disposal. All this shit to our disposal. And all it's become is the privilege to basically be what this entire series is. They have the privilege to be coddled. We've given them that. We've established that across the board. Program after program after program after program after program. We've given them the privilege to be ignorant and stupid. We've allowed people to just get by on mediocrity. Like, mediocrity has become the benchmark for what society is right now. Like, mediocrity is it. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to catch up. Okay, my bad. Okay, so I got FDNHT, and then I heard it hit again. All right, I'm not going to call you out, Sam and Chrissy. I appreciate y'all. Let's go.
More money, yeah. More dollar bill. More money, yeah, yeah, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill.
You guys see him buffering too? Give me 1 second. It's nothing I did on my side. Hold on a sec. YouTube. All right, let's pause for just a sec. Yeah, YouTube's tripping. It's not me. Yeah, it's not on my side. Give me 1 second, y'all. Technical issues happen. Y'all are my day ones. I love y'all for being here. Give me just a sec. It looks like it's doing all right. Doing okay? You might have to hit refresh. All right. The show must go on. I think it's okay. Chill out, Jay. How are you, sis? Let's go, y'all. Everybody welcome Chill Out Jay. Jay, let me help you out. I need to do this for you. Right there. Jay, go ahead and drop your channel in the chat. Y'all go check out Jay. She has got some great content as well. We are Gail. I'm sorry, sis. Hold on. All right. There we go. I think I caught up with everyone. I got Jay, Variant, my bad. And don't forget, everybody, those of you who are content creators and not just hanging out as my awesome moderators, feel free to drop your channels. Network. She said you did seem angry. Let me be angry. I'm allowed to be angry. All right. You know what? I think I caught up. If you guys heard my voice okay, I think I caught up with all of the Cash Apps. Gail, I appreciate you, sis. We got Gail as well.
More money, yeah. More money, more dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill. More money, yeah. More dollar bill.
Y'all, I love it. I love y'all very much for that. Blessings. Appreciate you. Yeah, and going back to the ignorant and the stupid, we have literally given people the privilege to just remain ignorant and stupid. Talk about this everywhere, where we actually talk about logical subjects, for everything from the Common Core math, No Child Left Behind, participation awards. The list goes on and on and on. And we have just let this happen. And then instead of recognizing mental health issues, we recognize the byproducts of mental health issues. Like, what the hell is really going on out here? And we have just let this snowball and snowball and snowball. And the pendulum swinging back. Thank God. It's life will always balance itself. Life will always find a way. Life will always balance itself out. But navigating this as a human, dealing with the 80% around us that are idiots, like the George Carlin rule, you take that and, you multiply that down and, 80% of that, those people are even dumber. Dealing with that and just navigating that, we have to remember that there will always be, we can't let that distract us, right? We have to separate ourselves. We have to, it's difficult to do in a lot of cases because we're dealing with people that may be in our families. We're dealing with individuals that we may have been conditioned to love. But we need to separate ourselves from these people. We need to, because we are ultimately the ones who change the future. We are the ones who are raising healthy families. We are the ones who are the architects and the planners and the people who make shit work. Like, we are the movers and the shakers out here. So we can't get distracted by the assholes and continue to envelop ourselves in their fuckery. We can't. There's just no way for us to build better people by doing that and entertaining that. It doesn't matter who those people are. Like the whole love people from a distance thing is very, very fucking real. It's very real. Yes, absolutely, you guys. Let me drop this for just a moment here, and forgive me for not mentioning this earlier. R.I.P. to Jimmy Carter, because as a child, when I would watch politicians, and I was always fascinated with the people on the talking screen. I think we all grew up watching TV and finding characters, individuals, talking heads that captured our imaginations or were inspiring to us in some way, shape, or form. And then as I became an older man and I followed his career, he became more and more of an inspiring person, and just a good person. Was he the best politician? Maybe not. Was he a good person? Damn sure was. So R.I.P. to Jimmy. Those of you who also may have followed him know that he was an extreme inspiration for ain't no seriousness. He was an extreme inspiration for charity as well. So do your charity, get out there and love your neighbors. Do what you got to do in your neighborhoods. I just got this test. Is trust absolute, or are there levels? Is trust absolute, or are there levels? I think that levels become, my opinion, y'all discuss in the chat. I think in my opinion, in my opinion, I think there's levels when you break trust. You now establish levels. You can't just be trust. You can no longer be trusted. And trust should also be verified. You should trust but verify. You should always have your own. You should always do your own work. You should always do your own work. There are levels to trust for me personally. What up, Knots? Hello, everyone. What's goody in the hoodie? Knots the best gamer. How you doing, bro? Y'all out here distracting me. Privileged assholes. Look at y'all. Y'all get your names on the screen and everything. Gail. Everybody's greeting one another. Yeah, R.I.P. Jimmy. Homath. Yeah, Homath. Let's see, we be doing Homath over here from time to time. I don't know if you caught that episode or not. You might not have. Let's go do some Homath. Okay, so I have no reacts for tonight. I was gonna talk my shit. He's got a couple that we ain't looked at. Uh-oh.
A new viral video showing an accused shoplifter.
We don't need that. Oops. 1 second, y'all. All right, we did levels. Trust but verify. That's what I say all the time. Yeah, I'm a trust but verify, and that's where you establish the levels. Alright, triangles. Man stuff. If cost. Let's see. Trying to find some of his good instructionals. How attractive are you? Here we go. Relationship zones. Do we want relationship stuff? What do we want to talk about? Relationship stuff or ways of thinking? We can go back to the levels. Need to watch that again anyway. Alright, let's see. Let's go back down. Long shorts. Mostly hoe. Let's see. See what mostly hoe is about.
The part is that this guy is
Pause.
long shorts. Mostly hoe.
Stop falling for the I went through a 304 phase. There's no such thing.
I love honest women. She's giving away the whole game. She says that if a girl went through a hoe phase, she's probably just a hoe, and I'm rating that mostly hoe. I use this diagram a lot. You
Fair
can
use.
download it on my link tree right now. And the other day,
Home Math, me and you hang out all the time, of course. So you're always over here getting reacted to. Fair use.
I pointed out there was a video of a girl who wanted to keep her boyfriend and her side guy loyal. And I pointed out that this is most likely a mental limitation and not an evil behavior. She just can't really conceive of the needs of others. And when you're an adult, it's very difficult to change and grow up these levels. So I evaluated her as not fixable. With behaviors like that, or like this, you can tell people what to change, but you can't make them want to. I'm going to tell you a little story about a time that I stayed at a Motel 6, because I love talking about myself. I'm very smart and cool.
Did you see him plug himself? He's not very smart and cool. He fixed his insecurity and lost 76 pounds. He can bench press 250.
So first of all, I lost a lot of trust for women when my body count started to rise, and it's been kind of an issue for me. It's kind of a deep-seated behavior like a hoe phase. So one time I was traveling through the Pacific Northwest, and I was staying at a Motel 6 because I'm poor. Please send money. And I met a girl who was right about the minimum of what I would settle for, what I would marry or move in with if she had a great personality. I think I was here and she was there. So this girl chased me out of the lobby and back towards my room and struck up a conversation with me and gave me a palm reading, and it was really obvious that she wanted me to make a move. And I thought about how bad this had been for me, and I said no. I said, thank you, but I don't think it's good for me. And that's the first time that I ever said no to something that was so easy.
Guys, you ever said no? Chime in the chat. I'm not claiming that. It sounds interesting. Carry on. Nightbot needs to be reprogrammed for dropping links. The links to YouTube channels are giving an error message. Thank you, Gail. Nightbot and me have been battling. Thank you, Gail. Nightbot got an attitude problem. Oh. I see. Nightbot's stupid. Y'all just drop your own links. My bad, Gail. Nightbot be embarrassing me on a daily. Been a bad year. We're gonna do better than 2025.
Want this to go any lower. And here's the thing. Again, I'm amazing. I'm so cool. I have done so much. I have changed myself so much in my adult life. This is not a comprehensive list, but I don't want to point out everything because it'll narrow down who I am. So here's the thing. If you really want to find out whether this is true about somebody, you have to look at can they and have they done things like this in their lives? Because there are visible things And there are invisible things about people, or less visible things. The visible part is that this guy is 5'9", and the invisible part is that he has a great sense of humor, and he's very smart, and he's romantic. And whether her hoe phase was a phase, or whether she's just stuck there, is invisible. People have been asking me for a list of ways to tell who's more likely to cheat, and one of them is if she doesn't change as a person. Have you ever seen her, stop a bad habit? Have you ever seen her develop as a person? Have you ever seen her grow? And if so, was it deliberate? So if someone that you're trying to evaluate, if they, can't quit smoking, or they won't lose weight, or they stay in a job that's bad for them or something, and that person had a hoe phase, it probably isn't a phase.
Nope.
Doing this...
It's perma-hoe.
She was very tempting. Basically, we're talking someone who I might put about here, who was offering me this. It was a slam dunk. And I said no, because I didn't want to feel any more of this. So if you don't want to get burned, look for people who have the capacity to grow themselves.
Chrissy!
It's pretty rare, to be honest. So, the video was right, but only mostly.
Mostly hoe, mostly right video. That's hoe math, Messy. If you hadn't. Oh, shit. All right, let's do some more home math. Stuck. I think stuck was a good one. I think this one's a good one. Yeah, let's do... Wait, guy pretty privilege. Oh, I remember this. This one's funny. Here, let's do guy pretty privilege. This is great. I didn't know guys said pretty privilege.
You can get away with if you're attractive is literally so insane, and everyone talks about women pretty privilege, but no one ever talks about guy pretty privilege.
I always appreciate it when women understand the different ways that they treat different types of men. Guy pretty privilege is another word for hypergamy. So first of all, I'd like to thank her for noticing. And second of all, I have a few stories for you to try to encourage you to maybe move up a few notches if possible. But first, listen to how she understands. It's therapeutic.
I think if the unattractive guys tried to do the things that attractive guys did to girls, they would be called out for harassment.
Yeah, exactly. This girl in an old video said, don't catcall me unless you're attractive. And then she said it was a joke, which means it's kind of true.
But if
she was right.
Guy did what
she was telling the truth.
Guys did, it would be considered cute.
This is where my stories come in. I did some not very cute things that went over just fine.
I feel like attractive guys have kind of like act like an asshole card that they could use whenever they want because they have a pretty face.
I never used that card. I mean, I'm not bad looking, but
yeah, you can say quite a wide range of things and it will be okay, but only as long as she feels like this about you.
Right.
This is a drawing of me when I was at my most attractive and a relationship that I had during that time where I did nothing and she did more than she should have. This is a timeline of that relationship.
He was exploiting the situation.
I had a crush on this girl when I was 11, and she pretty much ignored me until after college when I lost weight and got in shape. And she sent me a suggestive message on Facebook where she saw my pictures, and we began a certain kind of relationship. And eventually, she let me know that she had been cheating on a different guy with me. And I said, well, that's a bad idea. You should probably either have a boyfriend or have fun, and you should pick one. And so she did. She got rid of him and said, now we can be together. And I said, well, that's not part of the deal. This guy's just going to be me later. And she said, oh, darn, and continued seeing me anyway. And also I had no money and she had money, so she paid for everything while I continued to see other girls on the side. That's how much difference this can make. If you can cross this line, you're going to experience quite a big power differential.
Chrissy, damn it. She said, look at Luigi. Is that supposed to be Luigi, right? Is that supposed to be Luigi with all the girls chasing him? I can't with you. Damn it.
attractive guys have to be more slow about it. They have to be more nonchalant and sneaky about hitting on a girl.
Sneaky, okay, we used to call that getting to know someone. When you're familiar with somebody, it becomes easier to create that bond. And maybe you as an individual can work your way out of it, but you can't have everyone works their way out of it. Because if they did, and everybody became more attractive, women would just reevaluate this into another one of these. There
Right.
would be 80%
They would
of
ex-
guys who made it
they would change the-
reevaluated into the didn't make it zone. And those guys have no choice. They have to get
They would
familiar
shift the
with women
curve.
first. Otherwise, they just get completely left out. And that's why the world is looking more and more like this. People don't get to know each other anymore. And if you try, women will call it sneaky. That's the one thing she said that I didn't like.
They also can't be arrogant and rude, where a lot of attractive guys get away with being rude.
That's me. I used to be rude. I was so bitter after I found out the difference between how people treat you when you move from here to here that I actually made a game out of what is the rudest thing that I can say to someone who I know already likes me before she doesn't like me anymore, and I never found it. I wrote a few
Right.
of them down, but I don't feel safe showing you. I played other games too. I once met a girl on the computer. I went to her place 3 times without ever telling her my name. And then on my way out the door the 3rd time, I said, "Are you gonna ever ask me my name or what?" And she said, "I didn't want to offend you." Like I was gonna say, "Whoa, you're moving a little fast, aren't we?" No, I'm not encouraging any of this behavior. This is degenerate. The only reason I did it is because I was bitter.
Hold on, bro. He hunched her 3 times and didn't even tell her his name. He walked out the last time like, I got no respect for you, bitch. You gonna ask me my name? Hold on. Yo, that's savage as hell.
But I don't feel safe. I played other games too. I once met a girl on the computer. I went to her place 3 times without ever telling her my name. And then on my way out the door the 3rd time, I said, "Are you gonna ever ask me my name or what?" And she said, "I didn't want to offend you." Like I was gonna say, "Whoa, you're moving a little fast, aren't we?" No,
Oh my
I'm not
God.
encouraging any of this behavior. This is degenerate. The only reason I did it is because I was bitter, because I couldn't be liked without being likable. I didn't want to put in the work to get out of this area, and when I finally did, I still felt like this on the inside, and I said, "Oh, now it's my turn to do this to someone else."
Right.
And that's not what we need more of.
Right. We don't need that. We don't need grudge fucks. We don't need grudge dating, right? We don't need people to be destructive to one another. We don't want to do that. You know, he did everything right. You can see here on the left-hand side where the blue is. He went from being, scully cap bum, doing whatever, having, then being like a level 5 to being a level 6. He leveled up. You know what I'm saying? He maxed himself, went up to a level 8. And yeah, you don't fuck around with people like that.
Not what we need more of. That kind of stuff just goes back into the dating pool and makes everybody more miserable and harder to deal with.
Now, the difference between an attractive guy and an attractive girl is like so different. An attractive girl sometimes they don't get guys. They get rejected because people get jealous of them, or they're really intimidated, or they're
What?
jealous. And it's just really hard to be an attractive girl. But for an attractive guy, literally it's like living on the red carpet.
Hot chicks in the chat. I know there's a whole bunch of y'all out there. Is it hard being beautiful?
With silver platters of opportunities.
It's so hard being beautiful.
Well, not job opportunities. This was roughly my attractive era from here to here, and this was my net worth. And then I had nothing, and now I have internet money. But yeah, she's not wrong. This
Right.
is an easier position in the market than this. It's easier to get what you want. Now, I wish we could...
Right, exactly. I'm not wasting energy on grudge sex. I would just go spend the energy on a woman that feels the same way about me. Why are we going to waste time with people? Bro, yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
away from this app style of dating and back to the classics, but I don't know how we're going to do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now, if you are not working on yourself,
Yeah.
you are potential.
See, okay. If you're not working on yourself, gents.
I don't know how we're going to do that. This might even get worse. At least people are starting to get it. But for now, if you are not working on yourself, you are potentially giving up a lot of power. Just don't misuse it when you get it, or you'll eventually turn into me, but without the internet money.
He said without the internet money. Yeah, don't turn into a bitter bastard. You know, it's okay to have emotions, gents. We're allowed to do that. And oops, go back. It's okay to have be bitter, have emotions, whatever, and get over it. Get over it. Don't live your life as an asshole. That is no way to live your life. But he does bring something to mind, a privilege that we have, and that people just don't take advantage of. And it's like 24 minutes. Y'all want a 24 minute? What time is it? 11:16? Why not?
Losing 100.
Here we go.
This is
We live in a first world country, right? Why do people walk around looking like shit? Why do we not care about ourselves? Why do we not care about how we appear, our health? I was watching some Caleb. Y'all saw the Caleb Hammer clip. I was watching some of Caleb maybe yesterday or whatever, and he had somebody on there, and he was talking to a woman about a $300 and some charge, and what she was buying was over-the-counter Ozempic, was internet Ozempic, right? And he's like, for the $300 that you spent on that, you could have spent $30-40 on a deductible with a doctor that would give you a script that you only pay a fraction of that for. So basically, the amount of money that you would spend on health insurance monthly, you're spending monthly for one dose of a cosmetic drug. Like, all the privilege in the world to do what you should be doing right. But you chose to go this weird-ass, backward-ass path. So self-maximizing. In this one, he's talking about self-improvement all the way around. Let's ride. Let's rock.
It is a mind
See
map
what's up.
designed to help you self-reflect and self-improve, especially in terms of your dating market value. Why am I qualified to tell you how to do this? Well, I once went from being about a 4 to about an 8. Moving from here to here is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. Look at all these nice, colorful lines.
Yeah, you know what? Let me cook on that for a minute. Holy shit, the amount of judgment I've faced. I faced a lot of fucking judgment. And I'm not saying I'm like the best looking guy in the world, but I catch shit. And one of the things, the prejudging, right? Like, oh, well, you look like you shouldn't be talking like that because you look like somebody who should be holding yourself better than that. You shouldn't be using that kind of language. Or what happened? I think I've talked about this before, where the aunties and the grannies always be chasing me around the grocery stores all the time, or like, friends of family members, whatever. And like the aunties and grannies would be like, oh, you need to be wearing suits all the time, and you need to be all dressed up and this, that, and the other. Like, people build these weird prejudices and these weird images of what they want to project on one another. It's the most bizarre fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, if anything, I'm like, oh, well, you might want to lose some weight. You might want to be a little bit healthier. Like, but that is completely different from looking at a human being and objectifying them because of whatever delusion you got going on in your head. It's fucking weird to me. I feel people, Americans who have never been to other countries and don't know what poor really is, poor without assistance from the government, hits way different, in my opinion. I think more people should travel to St. Lucia and look around. My home country is not the bed of roses that you see when you're on the resorts or on them cruise ships. That's 100% facts. Trin was in the chat earlier. He'll tell you the same thing about Trinidad. It is what it is. Yep, absolutely. And it builds a whole different perspective. It gives me a whole lot more to rant about when I come to America and I can go literally right down the street to the gas station and get any kind of convenience that you can possibly imagine. Overseas, you got to wait till the morning and you still got to take a bus to go to the town to get it. Like it's just the way that things work in some areas. We have privilege upon privilege that we don't realize we have. And we are just, and so many of us just take advantage of it and take it for granted.
Those are attention. And I accomplished that by losing 100 pounds while getting jacked, learning how to dress, eliminating my insecurities, working on my social skills, seeking information and learning independently, moving across.
Holy shit. Seeking information and learning independently. He executed every privilege he had at his fingertips to rise up. To pull himself up by his bootstraps, right? Holy shit.
And I accomplished that by losing 100 pounds while getting
privilege. Fucking gym memberships.
Jacked, learning how to dress.
Privilege. Fast fashion. On the corner of every major fucking street. There's some kind of mall, some kind of strip mall, some kind of fashion spot. Some kind of fucking Goodwill.
Eliminating my insecurities.
All this fucking privilege.
Working on my social skills, seeking information and learning independently, moving across the country, following a dream very successfully, which was then destroyed by COVID, moving across the country again, and then starting this social media channel, which now has millions and millions of views, and I make a living on it, and it's only been 7 months. Achieving these things transformed me from a total loser into, well, you should see my options right now. Self-Maximize is based partially on another mind map called Integral Theory. I made my own version of it for easy understanding. If you like understanding things more easily, you can also try Shortform, the sponsor of this video. We all want to learn more than we have time for. If you're like me, you probably get a lot of books, but you don't finish every word in them. This one says, "Welcome, meme lord. I used to make these note cards for books I read. And now I don't have to. Look how organized, and they even have exercises. Shortform takes your favorite book."
It's your privilege, everybody. Go check out Shortform. Learn something. Homath is giving you a discount. Go do it.
Books and articles and makes them easier to digest. I use Shortform to read about woke washing, philosophy, self-improvement, motivation.
Right. Ain't that the truth? I don't go outside. I don't either. I just stay inside. I gotta pray about it. Yeah, before you go outside. You gotta put your angry face on. And then I saw that, yeah, Chrissy, parts of Jamaica, it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. And you'll have the same perspective that I do, Trend, Tether Squad. Tether Squad, we've seen it. We know that for sure. Really good point, 87.
It makes it so easy. You get these short summaries and these major points distilled down to notes. This one is particularly relevant. Sign up now through this URL and get a free trial with unlimited access and 20% off an annual subscription. Go to shortform.com/homath and learn faster. To learn faster about how to self-maximize, pay attention to these 7 things. What self-maximize basically means is, if you know what you want and you can change your mind and the things that you do, then the world around you will give you a different and hopefully better result. This map is a flow chart of how...
All right, did you guys get that? Let's go back real quick and let's just watch what the 7 points are.
7 things. What self-maximize basically means is, if you know what you want and you can change your mind and the things that you do, then the world around you will give you a different and hopefully better result. This map is a flow chart of how that works, and you can consult it to figure out what you might be missing. Originally, self-maximize was just going to be an in-depth explanation of what you need to do for every individual category on zones, and I'm still going to go over those, but the more I wrote, the more I found that I can't give everyone advice at once. This is 23 pages. In later videos, I might go into detail on things like fitness, diet, fashion, social status, but that's too much for one video. So instead, I'm just showing you how I did it. It's based on getting feedback from your environment and responding to it thoughtfully. I also included some of the exercises I did on the Self-Maximize PDF packet, which is for sale on my Patreon. So I'm going to do two things in this video. I'm going to go over this checklist that explains zones in more detail, and I'm going to show you how to think about them using this map. Here's how the map works. These gray arrows represent how life works unconsciously when you're not thinking about it. Everything in your life starts with a desire, like I'm hungry, or I have to go to work, or I want a girlfriend.
I want a girlfriend.
Desires become mental, they become thoughts, and then they become your behaviors, which then go into your environment, which reacts to them, and those reactions become your life. When you experience your life, you get feedback, and then you have the opportunity to think about it and change what you do, which is where most people fail. So this map encourages you to think of things out of order. Start by recognizing what you want, and then begin thinking about where would be the best place to get it before you begin to design your behaviors. I've broken each of these sections down with questions that help you think about them and exercises to help change the way you think. These are designed to increase your consciousness. Why does consciousness matter? I've made a lot of videos about women saying things like, I'm a 10, you're a 10, we're all 10s, everyone's perfect. I am the table is a popular one. It basically means I don't have to provide anything, but you do. The male version of this is I want her to like me for me and not for any of the actual reasons that women might like men. This style of thinking is low consciousness. It is self-interested. It is egocentric. It sees others as a means to an end. Basically, they should like you and not as individuals who...
And we've seen that so much. We see that in the TikTok React videos. We see that in people's behaviors around the dating sphere, the manosphere, the chickie sphere, whatever it is, feminine sphere, whatever the hell they're called. I don't know what y'all call it here. Girly sphere. Sorry.
have their own things that they like. So some people want things,
Sisterhood.
but they forget about what the world wants from them, and they never think about how they could provide those things. So to summarize self-maximize, it's basically don't be this. Don't just say, oh, me, my needs. Who's gonna like me for me? Be this, and then look for somebody who is willing to be that for you. Here,
right.
Like this. And if you can become more conscious of how to become those things, your life gets better really fast. In other words, you cannot make people like you. You just have to be what they like. Here are some failures to do that. Like I said, I got in really good shape, but I wasn't able to make very much money until recently, so a lot of women would enter my life but then also leave. I had a lot of attractive traits, so I got a lot of this, but I did not have many reliable traits, so I didn't get much of that. What I failed to do was change my mind and my behaviors in a way that made the world want to give me money. So I had a desire that was not realized, and I failed to understand that this was the only way I could change it. Example number 2. I used to have a Russian friend with a scar on his face. Russia's pretty cool. And he said he wanted to get rid of his accent. He talked very heavy Russian accent. You know how it goes. So I go, that's great. I can help with that. You remember a minute ago when you asked me to open the window? And he goes, yes. And I go, okay, instead of saying window, say window. Instead of E, say eh. And he goes, no. This is stupid. So he wanted to change his accent and never got what he wanted because he ignored his feedback and didn't change his thoughts.
Okay, so Chrissy, I saw you ask. You said, "Okay, how do we change the way we think? Is it honestly possible?" So Homath just popped up that example with his friend from Russia. He said window. He says say window, and he's like, "No, this is stupid." So he didn't learn. So he didn't apply the feedback. So how do we learn? We learn by taking the feedback. Fire stove hot. Fire stove hot. Derek Gaines, the legend. What's good, bro? How you doing this evening? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. How you doing? Hope you're feeling better. You had the cooties. When you gain knowledge, it removes the veil from your eyes and things will start popping out to you. Very true. Very true. Had a recent talk with a friend about that. About the as you hit milestones in life, blinders come off, you gain more knowledge, things start to make more sense. Like day-to-day interactions are almost muscle memory and how to navigate life as opposed to being these huge challenges that you have to surmount, right? Yeah, it's that constantly gaining knowledge. I agree with you, Quincy. Hello again.
Say window instead of E, say eh. And he goes, no, This is stupid. So he wanted to change his accent and never got what he wanted because he ignored his feedback and didn't change his thoughts. Example number 3. A fan of mine told me people say he comes off a little froofy. So we get on webcam and I go, all right, your sweatshirt is a little froofy. And he goes, what's wrong with being comfortable? And I say, okay, your haircut is not working for you. And he goes, I've seen popular guys with this haircut. And I go, all right, dude, your mustache is stereotypically froofy. And he goes, it's just the lighting. It would look different if you were in the room with me. So keep the problem then. What do you want from me? One last example. I'm talking to a girl at a party. She says men are being too forward with me on Tinder. So I look at her profile and it's all bikini pictures. And I go, well, there's your problem. You're half naked in front of thousands of men. And she goes, excuse me, I'm allowed to be proud of my body. And yeah, you are allowed to do this, but this is what you get if you do it. And you don't have the power to change that. That's not how the world works.
That's not how it works.
In all of these examples, these people want...
See that privilege, right? That you're not going to tell me, I'm going to tell you. Bullshit. They're stupid. They're stupid. We talked about this in the prelude. These people are stupid in every single case. We value humans for the experiences that we know with them, and we put titles on them, and we call them mommy, we call them daddy, we call them brother, we call them... They're fucking stupid. Just like Quincy said, you're now gaining knowledge. Take the blinders off. Look at the people that you think you fucking love. They're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. Guarantee you, 80% of them are. Guarantee you. Stubborn, stupid idiots. Just like that weird bitch that he talked to at the party, just like the Russian friend, idiots. They're stupid.
Wanted something and they were shown what they needed to change in order to get it, and they resisted making those changes, so they kept their behaviors the same and did them in front of the same people in the same ways and got the same results. This map is here to remind you how not to do that. So I already gave you zones and I added a checklist. Your job is to think about each one of these things using this map. You should think about all 7 sections throughout your day. So whether you are or are not getting what you want, you should become conscious of why that is and then do it either more or less. And if you have a problem with that, then figure out what it is about yourself that needs to change. That process is how I did all of these things, especially this one. When I'm creating content, I'm thinking about what do I want that content to do and who am I showing it to. I've tried a lot of different things and each one gives me different feedback. So I look at it all carefully and then I change and grow. The same process applies for every part of your life. You are basic.
Okay, and he proves a cool point here. He applies his lessons from his chart for relationships to his channel. It's kind of like, and I work in IT. I'm an IT tech bro, right? I work using a process called ITIL, I-T-I-L. Well, it's just basically process management. And you can take that process management that you've learned in the professional sphere and you can actually apply the base fundamentals of it to your personal life. If you change something in your personal life, review what you've changed, improve upon it, and then change it more, evolve it. And in a nutshell, that is exactly what I practice at work, right? Things in my life, the way I file things, the way I may fold my clothes, I don't know. There's all kinds of minutia. The way that I cook and prep food before I actually cook a meal. So there's things that you can apply these other process models to and kind of help yourself work through these situations. So this is fucking genius that he used this to apply how he approaches content creation. So just food for thought, y'all.
Content, I'm thinking about what do I want that content to do and who am I showing it to. I've tried a lot of different things and each one gives me different feedback. So I look at it all carefully and then I change and grow. The same process applies for every part of your life. You are basically designing yourself. You can download the map for free or buy the packet. Think of it as a miniature personal coaching session. It's a system of self-reflection that you can apply to all of these categories. Basically, what am I doing that fills these boxes for the person I'm looking for? I also made a list of what I think those areas are for the average person. In the future, I might make videos for each specific area. So let's go through the list. I'm gonna start with men, obviously. I've said before that just be nice and just be yourself is the worst advice that modern men get. It leads to a lot of wasted time. Most of you need to start with body and masculinity first. That's why they're first on the list. The most important aspect of attraction is physical. That's basically everything about your body. Now, there are some things that you cannot change, like your height or your facial symmetry, at least not without surgery, which I don't recommend. So you're going to be focusing on being in shape, dressing well, the way that you act, and taking care of yourself. I don't have any before pictures of myself, but it was kinda like this guy. And this is pretty much the best I ever looked. This is a few years ago. That moved me from this area to this area, from here to here, with most women. Life changed. I think most men underestimate how much
No Diddy, but I got better abs than he does.
taking care of yourself. I don't have any before pictures of myself, but it was kinda like this guy. And this is pretty much the best I ever looked. This is a few years ago. That moved me from this area to this area, from here to here, with most women. Life changed. I think most men underestimate how much women like good bodies. It's probably more than us. So I was always pursuing women, the same group of women with varying degrees of success, until one day I changed my mind about how I should live my life, changed my diet and exercise routine and my appearance, and all of a sudden the same old behaviors started to have very different results for the same group of women. That was my feedback that this was the big change that made everything different. So that's what this checklist is. It's my notes on what you probably need to improve first. Keep that in mind as I go through them one by one. So like I said, fitness is super important, and if you are ignoring it, stop ignoring it. I might go into all these things in detail in later videos, but
And he's drawn a little stick figure dude, but hoe math is for everybody. Everybody's a hoe. Women are hoes, men are hoes. We're all hoes, guys. Participate.
for now, this is just a brief overview. Most men should be building muscle, losing fat, and like if you can pick up your girlfriend and carry her upstairs. They love things like that.
They like that
Next, we have
stuff.
Fashion. If you dress like this guy, yeah, you might be comfortable, but how are other people gonna feel about you? Start thinking about it that
You're going to make other people uncomfortable.
way. Appropriate means look the best you can for what you're doing. I have 2 winter coats. This one is for shoveling snow. This one is for talking to girls. Put together means everything goes together. Some of you are dressing like this. See how nothing matches or is in order? Here's what that looks like. These things are also not very nice. There's nothing wrong with this shirt, but it's hanging off of him. That looks sloppy. You don't have to dress like this every day, but usually there's no reason not to other than laziness. This could be a solid t-shirt if you want. What's important is that the colors go together and it fits his body. Expressive means adding a touch of your own personality. Again, this guy has some of that here and here. I used to wear things like this. I got compliments on it. Figure out what works for you. Here's how not to be expressive.
It reminds me of like an old friend. Yeah.
This guy is fit enough, his shirt fits, he's standing up straight, he's medium attractive, he has a decent haircut, but he insisted on wearing a dork shirt and autism glasses, and it ruined his chances. A lot of guys don't like this advice. They say, I want her to like me for me. But remember, if you show people this, you get this. What are you showing people?
He did kind of lay in the dude, didn't he? I tried to hold it together. Hold on. Let's go back. He let him have it. He roasted that dude. What the fuck does she got on? These weird emo chicks. All right, let's go.
I got compliments. Figure out what works for you. Here's how not to be expressive.
It reminds me of like an old friend. Yeah.
This guy is fit enough, his shirt fits, he's standing up straight, he's medium attractive, he has a decent haircut, but he insisted on wearing a dork shirt and autism glasses, and it ruined his chances. A lot of guys don't like this advice. They say, I want her to like me for me. But remember, if you show people this, you get this. What are you showing people? What do the people think and feel about it? How do they react? How do you like it? And what can you change? Mannerisms. You need to stand up straight, talk like a man, and stop doing things that are gross or annoying. Some of you are walking around hunched over like this with your autism glasses on, and it's not very becoming. I had one client who was very tall and very smart, but he was too excitable in the whole session. Everything he was saying, he was talking like this really fast, and oh my god, and girls don't like that. That's a reasonable ick. He's too affected by his own thoughts and ideas. This guy again, he kind of talked like this, like he went up at the end of his sentences, and I pointed that out to him, and he did fix it, and he said it worked right away. One thing I did was I actually used a camera to look at myself, and I looked too much like this, so I fixed my posture. Grooming definitely needs its own video. I broke that down into hygiene and haircut. Your haircut and your facial hair need to fit your face. One mistake a lot of people make is they go, I want to look like that guy, and it's never going to happen. And if you don't know how your look is working for you, there's only one way to find out. I just asked women I was attracted to. I said, what should I do with my hair? And they told me, and I did it, and they liked it. That feedback is critically important for this process of change. I don't know how to talk about hygiene, but I know I have to. I spoke with another dating coach recently, and he said he's basically at the point where he asks his clients, do you wash your butt? Because some of them don't. So I don't know what's going on out there. This is basically my reaction to that. So I want to introduce the concept of perfect hygiene, and I want you to use women as a role model. Women are meticulous. They shower, they tweeze.
No, they're not. I dated some that don't use wash rags, y'all. They don't know how to wipe. They don't learn how to wipe till they're in their 20s. They got cooties. Oh, God.
They blow dry, they moisturize, they shave, they scrape.
No.
They got cooties. What?
No.
That's the saying the girl has. Cooties. She's dirty.
Calvin, that's not very nice.
Run, boys, run.
And they apply makeup, and they do it every day. You should be perfect. You should leave nothing like women. This is the least you should be doing.
It sounds like how you wash your feet. Hey, yo, girl, how you wash your feet, though? Derek, you in my chat flirting with Cree. You just brought that mess from CDT Beats over here. You going everywhere flirting with Cree.
Every time you go out, take a shower, a thorough shower, comb your hair, brush your teeth, put on fresh clothes, don't reuse them.
Hey, girl, what them toes look like?
Wear deodorant and bring gum with you. I have recommendations on my link tree. If you're not doing that, then you probably smell, and that might be why some people don't like you. Imagine if women stank. So that's body. If you can get in shape, dress like an adult, stand up straight and speak confidently, don't run away with your thoughts, and be fresh all the time, then that's gonna solve a lot of your problems. Being funny isn't gonna matter if you're fat and you smell. Okay, now masculinity, competence, and confidence. Once you look and smell good, then you have to act like a man. I broke these down in the checklist. Power is an aphrodisiac. That's a quote by Henry Kissinger, and he ought to know. Power is your ability to make things happen or to stop things from happening.
Right.
It's not enough to just have ideas. You have to be able to make them real. One of the ways we do that is with money, and I mean, God help you there. One of the main reasons I make content is to show how things have changed and men can't really get power through money anymore, which causes women to reject them more. If something is happening to an entire population at once, it's probably not your fault. I'm just encouraging you not to think that money doesn't matter. It does, and it always will.
It does. It always will.
Control on here because power is about making things go your way. Read the 48 Laws of Power. I made these note cards for myself. I might sell them one day. As I put those principles to work and change the way I think about myself and about how people work, I started taking different actions, and the people around me started giving me what I want. It was pretty cool. Status, respect, importance, and dominance. They're all parts of hierarchy, and we're never getting rid of this. Women don't want to be with this guy. If you can't get to the top of a group that you're in, find a group that you can get to the top of. Women might say everyone should be equal, but it's just a strategy. They are still going to rank you as a man. Watch Who is a 10 again. When you have status, you will make weak people feel insecure. You will have powerful friends. It's not enough to be a lone wolf or a nice guy. That's not gonna get
It's
you
not gonna do it.
Finally, skills. They can be practical.
You have to have status. You have to level up your community. You have to level up the people that you surround yourself with. Again, shed off those losers, shed off the stupid people, and find a new group of friends, new groups of people that have bigger brains, that are moving forward in life.
Still going to rank you as a man. Watch Who is a 10 again. When you have status, you will make weak people.
Derek Gaines, say it ain't so. The peppermint toes? Is that what you chasing in my chat? Derek, you're supposed to be in class right now. We're talking about privileges, and we're talking about leveling yourself up because we have all the privileges available to us in this nation, and you talking about sparkly toes. What y'all doing?
People feel insecure. You will have powerful friends. It's not enough to be a lone wolf or a nice guy. That's not gonna get you anything. Finally, skills. They can be practical or not. What's important is that you are good at something that she values. Women like this more than this, so they like him more than him. Sometimes I tell guys to stop.
I like Rubik's Cubes. That's rude. Bro is racist as hell. Hold on.
Gonna get you anything. Finally, skills. They can be practical or not. What's important is that you are good at something.
I can sing too, but
that she values. Women like this more than this, so they like him more than him. Sometimes I tell guys to stop playing video games for this reason, and they say, there are some girls that like video games, but that's bad math. You can't just say someone out there will like whatever I become. If this is how much men and women like video games or Rubik's Cubes or whatever, and you spend all your time getting really good at them, you're appealing to this. For confidence, I put frame and presence. Frame is deciding what's going to happen, sticking to it, and letting her know that you've got it handled. But it also has to bring her something that she wants, which she might not tell you. This is an example of letting her set the frame and then you follow it and she doesn't like it. In other words, you can't just boss her around. You've got to be able to make her life better without always asking her how. Presence is how much you come through in your interactions. These examples from earlier are bad presence. This guy doesn't feel great about being seen, and this guy is running off in his own world. This guy made a lot of decisions about who he wants to be, but they weren't giving women confidence in him. Here's the high status guy from Who is a 10 again. He's saying, I'm awesome, I can make things happen. If you be around me, good things will happen to you. He's not just saying, I like to relax. So masculinity is about being able to create what you want, prevent what you don't want, and then show off that you are the make things happen guy. And that's the entire bad boy axis. Look good and make good things happen. Once you become popular, you're going to have to start treating women well to keep them around. That's going to mean investing value, looking good and making her look good, reserving your investment for her, and tailoring your life to her needs. The bonus galaxy is basically a million little things that you have, but not necessarily that you are. Investment is everything you give her. Time is the time that you spend with her, but it also means the time and money that you're putting on the table. That's why women like expensive wedding rings. It proves that you put in a lot of your time. I gave somebody a handmade Valentine's card, and she liked it more than any of the things I spent money on. Attention is praise, noticing, approving, and appreciating. That means making her feel like a star. That's why social media is so bad. It makes the attention we give them less powerful. Whatever she does for you, let her know you like it. Nice haircut, thanks for dinner, I love the way you blah blah blah. Whatever she likes about herself. I don't think I need to go into money. The more you have, the more they stick around. Energy is how much you are pushing the relationship forward towards when can I see you again and happy end, and not towards you up. You can't be always busy and still have a relationship. If you wanted to, you would. Even if you give her all of that, you still have to be personally close. Emotional closeness doesn't mean crying and being weak. It means telling her the deeper things about you, like...
Yeah, we ended up on hoe math, man. Messy Michonne was in here. Messy, you still out there? Messy was in here and she was like, hoe math. And so we brought up hoe math, and now we're just doing we home mathing it tonight. But I don't know how the hell I did it, but I segued it in the privilege. So hey, execute your privileges and look max yourself. Self-maximize, brother. Self-maximize, cuz we already know this shit.
Or it could be something simple like, I love watching this bird with you. This connection has to be there. Presentability is your reputation and how good you make her look. It's kind of like the good guy version of status. It's not how much power you have, it's how likable you are. So status is how much people need you for power or favors or something, and presentability is how much people think you're a great guy. I used to run important events in a city, and people would come to me and they would say, can you do me a favor? I was a guy to know. That's status. I also used to give people free rides around town because I had a car and it was easy. And people would say, he's such a nice guy. It's a different kind of being a guy to know. It's good to have both of these if you can, but it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. So I guess Machiavelli agrees with me that bad boy stuff matters more. Your life should look like this. Loyalty is pretty simple. Loyalty is how much she believes that you're saving all your investment for her. I put dating patterns and closure in here because you can't be hanging on to old relationships. I drew girls from your past all separated while the guys on the purity box are in a huddle. And then then for present, I put focus, because she's not going to want to watch you give your investment to other girls. All
No.
the necessary words are in the box. I put a lot of things for the galaxy, because it's a galaxy.
No,
The
if
reason-
you're a guy playing the field, play the field. If you're a guy dedicated to one woman, cut the games.
it's a bonus is because it's not things that you
Yeah, we have all the privileges in the world to fuck all the pussy you want. Do it. Fuck all the pussy you want, but don't be dragging women into your bullshit. Don't drag a relationship into your bullshit.
are. It's things you have access to. Or
It's broke. Oh, did it work? Did it work? Go show Killer Swag some love. I saw you type that. Did it work? Nah, it's broken. That shit's broken. Nightbot on bad behavior right now, Killer. I need to smack Nightbot around. Me and Nightbot need to have a talk. AIs be on bad behavior over here. You know what the hell's going on. We'll figure it out. 2025 right around the corner. Everything will be better, of course, right?
things that happen.
Yeah, it's
to you,
broke
like
now.
Where you grew up, or if you haven't.
Just copy and paste your link in there as a mod. You guys are welcome to do that.
An apartment in the perfect spot of town. For women, this can matter quite a lot. And again, it'll be all about things she likes. So if you're a man, there's a lot you can do to self-maximize. You can look better, you can make things happen. Remember, this guy was popular because he had this. And then once you have stuff, you share your stuff. It's simple when you think of it that way. Look good, make good things happen, and share them. For women, unfortunately, self-maximizing is a lot harder because there just isn't as much you can do. Basically, none of this stuff gives you any points, which is why feminism is stupid. You go, hey, look at all the stuff I did. And we go, okay, what
we don't
do you
care.
need me for? And
Right.
you go, nothing. And we go, okay. And you go, where have all the good men gone? So even though men do prefer women who are helpful and financially supportive and reliable, you just can't make up for these other things with it the same way that we can. Again, for women, looks are the most important. And I'm not going to go into detail on female looks maxing. I'm just going to remind you that your looks put a hard limit on which category we put you in. Men usually know right.
Yes, and let's go back and recap that. Yes, absolutely. Your looks and your mannerisms. I'll just spill the tea. I don't give a shit. I handed in my my bro code card a long time ago. Like how you carry yourself, your mannerisms, your and it depends on what the man's looking for, of course. But you know, like in my case, like I'm looking for someone that's intelligent. I'm looking for someone well-rounded, etc. Of course, I want someone that's attractive. So I'm not looking for the sweeper under the rug, humper and drop her off. I'm not looking for the sleeper category. I'm looking for the keeper category, the one and only. That's it. So yeah, it all depends on how you present yourself and how well-rounded of an individual you are as a woman into what category men put you in. It's just a general rule. It's just like a biological thing. And like it's an 80-20 thing too, right? Most men are pieces of shit. They just are. They're looking for some pussy. I've talked about this before over on FDNHT. I've talked about it over here. Like most of the time I've gone out with my homies, it's always been like the only thing they talk about is like pussy. They can have a woman at home, it's still pussy. And they're still doing it. They're still chasing it. So 80-20 rule. But anyway, ladies, self-maximize.
We put you in. Men usually know right away. We go, this girl could be here for me. This girl would never make it past here. We know just from looking. So a big thing women need to understand is men can make up for looks with effort. Women usually cannot. It's hard to move up, easy to move down. Every guy will value these things differently. For example, I would rather be with a physical 5 and a personality 10 than the other way around, but we just don't.
Absolutely. I'd rather be with somebody with a personality that shines than to be like, oh, she's got big tits, she got big ass, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'd rather, I mentioned this on the Cooking with Kaya episode, like there's more out there in the world, and everything isn't going to be this banging body, perfect 10 everything. You may have to sacrifice a little bit of this. You may not have the cushion for the cushion, but you might have a home cooked meal. It's just where your happiness lies. It's what you're looking for in life.
Work the same way as women. If I think you're a 4, for example, you are never getting past here ever, no matter what you do. So trying to earn your way into higher value like a man is not going to work very well. So if you don't want to end up in these lower boxes, your best strategy is to start with the men who like you and then get rid of the ones you don't like, rather than starting with the men you like and then getting rid of the ones who will never put in effort. That strategy is making women spend and years stuck in here with no chance to ever leave. I put modesty under body for women because you usually don't have issues with fashion except when your idea of fashion is being half naked in front of 1,000 drunken strangers. So the
Right.
same way that loyalty is how much he reserves his investment for you, purity would be how much you reserve your body for him. I'll get
Right.
into purity later. So even though your body is the most important part of attraction, your personality is the most important part of forming a relationship. Let's start with interesting. Here's what that doesn't look like. She was asked what she brings to the table.
This is what I bring. So bronzer, powder, my card, lip balm, hairbrush.
So she's basically saying just this. Most women cannot get away with that. Not every woman will need to be financially supportive, but you gotta look pretty damn good if you don't have any of these.
Right.
Earlier, I told men to develop skills that women like. And you don't need skills necessarily, but you should be able to talk about things he likes. I met one woman in my life who could talk about this book, and I'll never forget her. I put positive here. It seems like a lot of modern women think it's admirable to be difficult. Here's what that looks like.
Women aren't in their feminine energy anymore. Yeah, because you don't make enough to provide for us anymore, so we have to get out there in the workforce and be masculine.
That means if I'm doing this, I'm not doing any of these. That's a losing strategy. We live in
Right.
difficult times. Not very many of you are going to find a provider. We basically have this many women chasing after this many men. Your odds are not good. So if you find someone on your level who needs you to contribute, treating him like he doesn't deserve these things is just self-sabotage. That brings me to supportive. Most households are dual income now. Grow up and deal with it. Most women want
Yeah.
a man who earns more, but then they also want to be paid equally, and the math just doesn't work, as we went over. This woman blocked me because of my response to her video, but in it she said she wants emotional support from a man, but does not want to be his therapist. What the hell does that mean?
What the fuck does that
Modern women
mean?
seem to believe that it is strong to withhold these things when they are actually what we're looking for. Finally, I put sane. I cannot tell you.
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. And see, that's something else that I'm looking for as well. And I don't understand that. I'm not going to be your therapist. I don't want to be his mama. What the fuck kind of perspective is that when you're trying to build a friendship and a relationship with someone? You whores want to stay fucking
She
single.
wants emotional support from a man, but
Not
does not
y'all.
want to be
I'd never
his
say that about
therapist.
y'all.
What the hell does that mean? Modern women
But the other
seem to
ones.
believe that it is strong to withhold these things when they are actually what we're looking for. Finally, I put sane. I cannot tell you how many women I've met who took out their emotional damage on me from their past relationships. And
Yeah, facts. I've been there. Low baggage, low self-control. I've had low self-control women, emotional regulation. Yeah, like the whole emotional intelligence thing. Like, sorry, ladies. Sorry. Forgive me. Subscribe, like, of course. But the emotional, like emotions. There's like a thing that happens every month that upsets your emotions. Like emotional intelligence is not part of the equation. Emotional regulation. Men are the emotionally intelligent ones. We use intelligence first. You use emotions first. Your whole month is surrounded by your emotions. Don't hate me. It's just biology. Self-aware. Yep, I agree.
wouldn't admit that's what they were doing. I once had a therapist who told me that women past a certain age were the least likely to change because they wouldn't take accountability. It was a big learning moment for me. Don't ignore these things. Just use the map to self-reflect. Finally, purity. The things on this list are some of the ways that we measure how likely it is that something like this will happen. Pretty important that it doesn't.
Wifey material doesn't define what you're wearing.
This is a powerful delusion. Nobody wants his wife looking like this.
No.
It's not moving you towards the wife zone.
No.
So I've given you a map of what people are looking for, a map to your desires, your ego, and your decisions, and a structure for how to begin changing them. I can't wait to see my feedback.
Let's see. Let's check the comments here real quick. This dude is literally teaching metacognition, and I'm here for it. Yeah, it is. Guys, he actually did it. He released self-maximize. Yeah, we had been waiting a long time for him to release that. Let's see. Women are born at the top of the mountain. Men are born in the valley around it. A man is judged on how high he climbs. A woman is judged on how far she falls. Facts. Goddamn. Yeah. The woman that stays at the top of the mountain in dignity and preservation So let's see here. Men have much to gain. Women have much to lose. Masculinity is built. Femininity is preserved. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Let's see. This is incredibly autistic way to view relationships and social transactions. I will be applying this rule to every interaction I have from now on. Damn it. Yeah. Homath is the motherfucking man. Homath is the motherfucking man. Y'all go check him out. I put the link in the chat a little bit earlier. Let's see here. There we go. What's up, Zero? How you doing, bro? How you been? How was your holiday? He said, I can't speak French culture. Right? The same thing that makes you smile, make you cry. Yep. Let's see. Well, in women's defenses, not all of us have those horror story times of the month. Some women really be putting 20 on 10 with that, for real, for real. No, yeah, I don't paint with a broad paintbrush. I talk my shit, but I get it. There's always nuance to situations. I can't, sit here and say with a straight face that I've been in relationships where everything was hell. So, no, but there's an emotional piece at play there. All right. Y'all, that's it for home math. I think that's it for tonight. I want pause. Cash App. All right. And I want to start off by saying here before I close out, right? We have a lot of tools at our disposal. Y'all know this already. But this video is going to be around for a long time, probably beyond my existence on Earth. So I just want to leave a message out there to the other ones, right? To the young, to the people that may catch this, to the stupid people that may be looking for something new, somebody that's looking for a little piece of knowledge to help them along the way. Everybody doesn't have it all. Everybody doesn't have it all. And I'm not going to coddle you along the way, but what I am going to say is use your tools. Use what you have. I'm no longer going to reach one, teach one. I'm only going to teach those that reach up and want to learn. Like back on the comments on the home math video, the ones that are in the valley, the men, that's what my focus is. The brothers, white brothers, black brothers, doesn't matter. The men, right? So if you're not reaching up for something, you're not going to get it from me over here on Culture Invasion. But I want to leave you with a little bit. I want you to think. I want you to apply the privileges that you have here in the first world. Do better. Wash your ass. Wash your ass. Stop walking around like a funky motherfucker. Learn something. Read a book. All right. Step outside your comfort zone. A lot of you just sit around. I read a Black History book. I read a book about black me black. Step the fuck out of your comfort zone. There is way more to the world than the 13% of your existence in the United motherfucking States. Black. Explore. Just like over here on my channel, you will not find me just talking about some relationship shit every fucking episode. You're not going to find me talking about some weird society shit every single episode. It's all about sharing all the different facets of what interests me out in the fucking world. And I would only expect that you do the same. That you explore the world. There's way more than your backyard, your city, your state. Way more. Reach up, find those friends that have more intelligence. Divest yourself of the assholes. Divest yourself of the stupid people. Family be damned. Learn it. Family be damned. If they're not good for you, they're not good for you. The fuck are you hanging around them for? It's only holding you back and bonding you to their traumas. Evolve, people. Evolve. We have all the privileges. Stay the fuck off a messy show. Y'all shouldn't have to be memes. You fucking weird assholes. Go outside. Fuck. Hell yeah, V-Ben. Go outside. I take y'all with me when I go outside. When I think about sparking up a stream, y'all are rocking out with me. Y'all rocked out with me this year when I was looking for an ideal place for a photo shoot. Y'all rocked with me when I was on the road. Get outside. Explore, y'all. Facts. Facts. True shit. Evolution is necessary. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chrissy, everyone, get your cash apps and tap. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Chrissy. I appreciate everyone that did send the cash apps in this evening. Y'all are the real OGs. Y'all are the supporters. Y'all are the day ones that kept this going. Sam87, Gail, Josh, there's a whole slew of y'all. FDNHT, yeah, y'all, I love y'all. Big up, big up, big up. It's been a really, really good night. And look for good shit coming up in 2025, y'all. We're going to change the vibe a little bit. Also, be here New Year's Eve. All right? Be here New Year's Eve. We're going to have a live panel. We're going to open it up. So I'm going to spark up a panel. I'm going to run a test on the panel here the next day or two. But, well, next day. So, yeah. We're running my panel test here. Make sure that's working. And we're going to do a little bit of a recap of 2024. Bring in 2025. We're going to try to play videos and watch the New Year's ball drop in each, celebrations across the United States, go from the East Coast all the way to West Coast, and then everybody be going to bed at 4:00 in the morning, and that's just going to be the way it is. But we're going to have fun together. I thank you all for being here with me this evening. Big up yourselves. Everybody take care of yourselves, and peace.
Nancy feels that a newspaper, any newspaper, has the obligation to deliberately deal with those things which demand public attention. How do you feel about the controversy?
Y'all funny. Yeah, ice cold. Peace, Quincy. You have a good evening, brother. If you don't come out for New Year's, you have a wonderful New Year's, bro. No matter Zero will be here. Stop through when you can. Team replay as always. Like and subscribe, everybody.
It was a provoking challenge, and nowhere did the challenge provoke more averaging a peak-to-peak, I'd say, of about 0.1 amp.
To develop and introduce America's first all-electronic television system.
But Mr. Bishop, this sort of thing is going on all the time. And if something isn't done about it now, someone's going to...